All right, welcome everybody to another 902 gaming video. I'm going to go over the last of the December 20th deck lists, at least the ones that I found interesting. Today we have the Nayayaya build. This one kind of stuck out at me because of the fact that it's number one, that it's Naya, and number two is just playing a few interesting choices for like this, the Halana and Alina and the Luminarch Aspirant's a pretty interesting combination. You have the Intrepid Adversary as well to pump, and Reckless Stormseeker, and then you have a bunch of learn cards. You have a couple of Ranger, a few curses. It's kind of a mix of a lot of different things. So I wanted to try it out. I think and Angel Fire Ignition, which also gives +1/+1 counters. So I wanted to sort of try this out. It's playing a few interesting cards. I like to see how they actually play out. I like to see how the curse plays out, sparring regimen plays out. There's a few different choices here that I'd like to try out and see how they sort of play out. I've been playing Halana and Alina in like different Jun builds. I've been playing it with the Team Air builds, the blue, green, and red builds. But I like to try, I guess, in this Naya build, see how it actually plays out. It looks like this deck is trying to be a bit of like mono white, sort of, but have a bigger top end. So I'll play it in best of one, just standard. I think after this episode, I'm going to start playing them as best of three. I find I don't know if it's an algorithm or what that plays with the best of one games. But I find it either a little glitchy, or maybe I'm playing Arena too much. I'm not sure. But okay, this is fine. I have Snakeskin Veil. All right. Spirits. Okay. Play Sundown Pass. Then I can play the Forest and play Innkeeper and the Stormseeker the following turn. Okay. Yeah, I think I still have to play this. I don't really want to waste the Faithful Absence on the Catgeist, because killing it, they'll be able to equip it to the Lantern Bearer. So I don't really want to do that. I'll still be able to draw the card. At least this way I can block the Catgeist. Then they can do it next turn. I can use the Snakeskin Veil here, but now they'll probably equip, and then I'll use the Faithful Absence if they don't equip, or they don't enchant with this one. Yeah. So now I'll have to. Yeah, unfortunately. Although I still think I can still cast this and Ranger Class, so that's a pretty good draw. That's a pretty good way to get back into the game after being on the draw. Yeah, I can play the Stormseeker next turn. So they only have a spirit, so Geistlight Snare is going to cost 2. I'm not sure if I should activate this. And potentially go in for... Yep. This is one of your blocks, right? Yep. So either way, that's fine. Now when I attack with the Stormseeker next turn, I'll be able to put the counter on it. Now this person's playing multiple copies of this card. Okay. Generally, you don't see that. That's fine. What is in my sideboard that I can get out? I have Containment Breach, which is going to be pretty good in this matchup. Okay. Let's see here. Sparring Regimen. I can play this. Okay. I think this is what we're going to play. Oh, they probably have Geist Light Snare. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't really matter there. I had to do something. It would have countered this. Being on the play against this deck is not a good thing. Or, sorry, being on the draw against this deck. You're likely just going to lose. Unless you're playing a lot of removal. Which I'm not. And most decks don't play... the next turn I can play the Sparring Regimen and I'll have Snakeskin Veil available. And they're going to draw a lot of cards here with the Catgeist, but that's okay. There's not really a lot I can do about that. Yep. They're playing the full 4. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's better than this card is better than I thought it was. I want to play this as a white source. I can't really cast Sparring Regimen. It's going to just likely just get countered here, but I don't think I have a choice. Okay, I don't have it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this. This is a neat little combo. Yeah. Now they're gonna enchant that, and they'll still be able to draw cards. Oh, that's fine too. Yeah, I'm pretty much losing this matchup here. I can't punch through damage, unfortunately. Yeah. Good game. Yeah, I can't really do anything against that. I'm on the draw. They're on the play. Favors them. They're also playing multiple Cac Ace, which actually likely looks like it's the best choice. But I'm not really playing a ton of removal. I think I'm only playing 2 removal spells, which I don't think it's a good choice. That'll likely have to be the first thing that gets changed. I guess Kazul's Fury is a removal spell as well, but it's not really a great one. Okay. I have more of this stuff that I don't like. Explained in the last video why I don't like cards like this. Especially this one. If this one just tapped for mana, it'd probably be really good. Because it taps an untapped creature, you're basically what you're trying to do with this card is like flood the board and basically like skip attack phases. I don't think that's what you want to do in a standard format full of Doomscar and stuff like that. I could have played this, I suppose. But this would have come into play tapped anyway. I don't have much hope here. Throw my own blockers in there. Likely going to trade here if they attack. Yeah. I'll need to draw. Okay. So another mana next turn. If I draw another land, I'll be able to play this. A couple lands now in a row would really benefit. Eventually, no, didn't want to block with the Sentinel, but I think I wanted to trade as much as possible, especially since I'm not playing a ton of removal spells. Hello? Are you going to block or no block? Okay. You got another apparition or... No. That's fine. All right. Now, unfortunately, I think I have to remove the adversary. Yeah. I think I still have to keep on the pressure because if I don't, I just risk falling very, very far behind. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. Yep. That is what it is. Okay, now. I don't need double green for anything. I don't even think I can attack here, unfortunately. I just have to hope they don't draw any more removal spells. What's this one do? Oh, means I have to block. All right. So now they'll have to punch through some damage. Yep. No, as long as nothing gives them trample. It's a game, potentially. 2, 6. No, unfortunately, it's not game. Yep. Yep. It's fine. I could have used any removal spell there would have likely won me that matchup. Okay, well, we're getting stomped here. Not looking very good for this deck. Again, I can kind of already see what I want to change. The Sentinel for number 1, I think, is the first card that's got to go. I don't know if Kazul's Fury... I mean, I guess you could just end the game on the spot. Okay. And this is kind of some of the issue that you run in with playing a bunch of 2s and 3s and stuff, too. Sometimes you get just different decks. Oops. All right. Okay. Fortunately, that has to go down as a land. We'll attack. Okay. Removal spell from my opponent. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. I guess this combination might be okay, but then any 1-drop would work. And 12. Hmm. This is an interesting combination with... Good game. Well, that's kind of how it's supposed to work. Yeah, a lot depends on the aspirant. Play one more. These have been pretty quick matches. Either I'm getting annihilated or I'm blowing a opponent out. I don't know about this Curse of Hospitality either. I think I'd almost another maybe Intrepid Adversary or something. Okay. A lot of 1-ofs and stuff in the sideboard as well. So next turn we'll play both of these. I also have Ranger class to play as well. I suppose now technically next turn I have 4 mana. But I only have like 2 4-mana cards. So, well, 4 technically. didn't even give me an option to sacrifice that. Nice. I don't think that I would have anyway, but... I better put this on. I have to lock this so I can protect my creatures. Good game. Well, that was a nothing game. I'm surprised it didn't give me the option to respond with that. It doesn't say activate as a sorcery. Alright, so I think we'll try to keep this one a bit shorter. That was 4 games. You kind of got to see what the deck did and then how it kind of loses relatively badly. Although I think one game was kind of close. So this is interesting. I've talked about this card at length already. I don't like it. This allows you to punch through with some trample damage, and it gives you a little bit of card draw. I don't know if it's worth it. I think I'd rather have a little more card draw in terms of sparring regimen. This is kind of 2 extra lands, so that gives me 25. So I don't know if Kazul's Fury is probably the way to go with the extra land. With like a spell land. It might be fine. It might help me punch through a little bit of the damage. I'd almost rather just play another land. Give me one of these, I guess. Although I suppose technically it's red. So maybe one of these. Okay. So we're gonna remove these. I don't like them at all. This is interesting, although I don't think this is the right place for it. I don't mind the top end here. I think I'd put another dragon. I think I'd put another one of these as well. I think I'd play that as well. Do I not have 3 intrepid adversaries? I don't. Oh, wow. Okay. But I'd still do probably 3 of these. Let's say, okay, I don't have it. I won't put it in there. The Allenbach Escort is fine as like in the combination with these 2. Gives you kind of just ways to protect your threats. I guess maybe that guy can go as well. Ranger class is fine. This card is also fine too. I don't know about this card. For 3 mana, I don't know if this is worth it. I mean, that last game I would have won the match with it anyways, or the game before that one. But I think you want some other type of removal here. Let's see. Let's go with red. Do 2. I think we want something like... We maybe want an Abrade for the green matchup. May even want a combination. Like maybe 1 Abrade and 2... what's it called? Thunderous. Where's it at? Thundering Rebuke, I think. I think both of those are good choices for removal spells. You want a few ways to get rid of an artifact. So if you're playing against like a Seeker's Chariot or something, there's been a bunch of different artifacts floating around. People are playing like Cosmos Elixir and stuff like that. But this is probably where I would settle at. I'd probably also include, instead of maybe these, although they're probably okay. Maybe instead of these, I'd probably include a couple of the lands. And if you've been watching any of the videos, you know how I feel about the Crawling Barrens. Even though it's colorless, and we're pretty color intense, I'd still play like a Den of the Bugbear and a Cave of the Frost Dragon. I think they're worth it. They just give you another avenue of attack against blue-red decks and stuff like that. So this is how I would leave this deck. My overall opinions, I think there are better decks out there. You're basically trying to be an aggro deck that tries to go a little bit bigger at the top end. So you have a Helena Alina to make your creatures super big. you're kind of almost like a combo deck because you want to pump a bunch of creatures, put a bunch of plus one counters, and then just basically punch through with damage, which I guess is the point of like Casual's Fury. But I wouldn't play more than one. I don't see playing. There's no point to playing two of them, I suppose. One, because this can also potentially just be an extra land, and it can, get that little bit of extra damage through. A curse I don't think belongs either, even though it gives your creatures trample. I don't think it's the right place for this, or has the right place in this deck. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you later.